HBO's Harry Potter show has finally arrived.
At first glance, it almost looked like it might survive.
But here comes Black Snape, a far cry from the source.
Dreadlocks, black zippers, and tokenism on course. They did this on purpose. HBO did this on purpose so that they could have a scapegoat for the show being bad.
No, but honey, don't you know? The rule was always it was the best person for the role. That's why we made him look nothing like Snape.
Snape doesn't have dreadlocks.
Exactly.
And wizards don't wear zippers.
No, but here's the thing. Everybody was saying when he was that, oh, it's colorblind casting. He's the best for the role. If he was the best for the role, what we would be seeing is him looking like Snape. You could have done that. You could have done that. I'm not saying it makes him good for the role.
Yeah, I mean, there are ways to do it.
But let's imagine for a minute. Let's humor them for a minute, okay?
All right.
Let's imagine it really was a case. It's not. But let's imagine it really was a case of him being the best for the role. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They could have simply taken him and made him look like Snape from the books.
Yes, they could have. So why didn't they? Why?
Because it wasn't about that.
Yes, it was about getting themselves a scapegoat in case people hated the show.
A scapegoat.
Oh, we don't wish any ill will towards Paapa Essiedu. He did just accept the role, probably because he needed the money.
I agree with what you're saying, except for one point. He did not have to take this role.
Oh, yeah.
He put himself in this position. Now, I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he deserves death threats. But at the same time, I will say one thing. I will give him 1 ounce of credit. I do think the way he handled the backlash initially at first was pretty good.
Yes, even though everyone else did not do their research to find the original interview and everyone else was saying that he played victim.
Which he didn't do. He did later on, but he didn't do in this point. Even if you knew you weren't correct for a role, right? If someone approached you and said, hey, I can offer you steady work for till you're 45 with steady income, would you take it?
I would be very tempted.
Exactly. Now, I'm not saying he should have or shouldn't, but at the same time, he did mention in the interview, the one that nobody actually read, except for us. In the interview, he does mention that he said, hey, it was a role that I'm going to be 45 by the time it's over. I don't think it gives him a justification. I want to make that very clear. But I can understand why he might have been tempted to take the role. I still would have refused it. Or I would have insisted. I would have gone, wait, you're giving me dreadlocks? No. If that's not what Snape does in the book. I already understand people are going to hate what is going on with me. So I want to make sure that we're as accurate to Snape as possible.
And they gave him dreadlocks and a zipper and a zipped up tracksuit.
He's Snape Dog, yo.
It is very clear in the books that you don't find wizards wearing zippers unless they're from the current generation.
And
from
again,
Harry's generation.
This is the thing. They're going to all say, well, if you don't like it, I love the excuses now. I said, hey, there's no way you can justify this was just the right person for the role. And my responses were, it doesn't mention in the book that he's white. It does. You haven't even seen him yet. The acting is more important. No, it's not.
No. Acting is secondary to accuracy.
I also want to say something weird. And this is something people pointed out, which I think is a bigger issue than Black Snape for a minute. I sound weird.
What is it?
Why is it so freaking dark in the trailer?
I've asked you this question before about why so many things are filmed in dark these days, and you told me that it's to hide the bad CGI.
What? But they wouldn't do that.
Oh, they totally
would obviously spend the money to make the best show possible. They wouldn't cheat.
Oh, they totally would. They totally
would.
Yes.
Yes, they would. Also, J.K. Rowling is a sellout because you could see what she said. Someone asked her about it, and she responded, "It's going to be incredible. I'm so happy with it."
He said, so Master said, did you watch the wrong trailer? Would you watch it? Meaning the movie trailer. And
Well, because let's be honest, it has been a while. She's not as young as she used to be. It's very possible that she completely forgot, typed in Harry Potter trailer and watched the original one for the Sorcerer's Stone, and we're like, oh my God, it looks perfect, and completely forgot.
Yes, it is possible. But the trailer looked fine until it got to this.
You cannot tell me it was the best person for the role. I don't think he deserves extra hate or death threats, but you put yourself in this position, and then they're out there going, we had to get security. It's like, yes.
Or you could have just cast the right person for the role.
No, honey, let's stop for a second.
Oh?
I'm going to rip apart the narrative that the mainstream media is trying to push here.
Ooh.
They had to get security among him being on set. Oh, so you're implying that no other movies had security at all? Yes, all the other movies you could just walk right on. I'm sure the actors were right there. You could just walk right on. No one was watching or supervising.
I imagine that every set in Hollywood has some level of security.
Also, how about the children being there? I think that would be enough to be for security. No, it's clearly because people were being racist against Paapa Essiedu. You knew exactly what you were doing. You made him have dreadlocks. You knew what you were doing.
Oh, yes.
And if you knew what you were doing, then you know what you could have done? Not done it.
It just changes the entire dynamic of every aspect of the story involving Snape.
My favorite is going to be, guys, put aside the whole Harry's dad being racist or whatever and hanging him by a tree. My favorite is going to be with Neville. You know, when Neville fights the boggart and it turns into Professor Snape because he's scared of Snape, it's going to look like he's afraid of the black guy in his closet.
Oh, and let's not also forget that someone pointed out that Harry accuses Snape of being the bad guy with no proof.
No, but my favorite, honey, you forget something that people didn't mention about this thing. How does Neville overcome the boggart?
Makes it wear his grandmother's clothes.
I'll be honest, it probably will look better than whatever he's wearing now.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it'll be oh my God. What? It'll be the only in-canon time that Snape in the show will actually be wearing the clothes that the real Snape would wear.
Oh dear.
It'll be the only time in the show that Snape will actually look kind of like Snape.
Oh God.
Well, just think about it. He'll be wearing the hat. You won't get to see the dreadlocks as well. He'll look most like Snape.
That is terrible.
Like the video, break the algorithm style, share with your crew. Escape life's hell, from spooky memes to advice obscure. Here's your dark solace with humor as a cure.